Here we are. All right. So let's come onto our mats and we will be covering basics in Pilates. So lying down. Whoa, I can't see. There's too much reflection. Hold on. Adjusting the camera just a little bit. Okay. Yeah. So when you're lying on your back, especially if your body is cold, chances are the bones and the skeleton and the tissue is more compressed and tight. So it takes time to warm up the body and allow more spaciousness everywhere. So you want to take all of that into consideration because as you keep on working, your body is more able to release and open. So when you lie down at the beginning, the goal is always to create length in the spine. And you want to find your own sacrum, and which is right at the bottom, and see if you can lengthen the rib cage as far away from it. And you think of the rib cage from the back, not the front. Now, the concept is to get the spine in a straight line, but from traction and length, not because you're tucking and tilting the pelvis to push the back down. The other part is that as your back lengthens, the neck will be more able to lie flat on the floor. Maybe you start here, but if it means there's more arc in the back, I highly recommend having a slight elevation or a bigger elevation, depending on what your structure is. Put your hands on your two hip bones and your pubic bone and just check if you're down or if you're up. And we're looking to get a place where the pubic bone and hip bones are parallel to the ceiling. And then we pull the stomach muscles in. And if you can get your lower back down, great. If you cannot, it's okay too. Now bring your feet a little closer in. I'm making fists, put them between your adductors and just squeeze a little bit. And as you squeeze, see if you can get in touch with this whole area around here. So it's partly your glutes and right down to the bottom of the bottom where the hamstrings start. So see if you can get that sensation. Imagine you're pushing your hip bones or your thigh bones deeper into the sockets with this muscle contraction. So you're creating a girdle around your own pelvis. You just want to be aware of that. Notice that your inner thighs start to fire. So just release a minute and then squeeze your fists again. Get the contraction happening from your hips and pelvis, not from your knees. You can jam your knees together. It's different muscle group. You really want to get into that. So we're going to pulse a few times. Pulse and pulse. So it's like you're squeezing a magic circle, but the pressure is right at the top of the inner thighs. 3, pulse 4, pulse 5. Start to feel the muscles warming up and wrapping more neatly around the sit bone. 6, pulse 7, we're going to 10, pulse 8, pulse 9, pulse 10. Very good. Now release the hands. Put them on the outside. This is going to be a little trickier just with hands. See if you can push. It doesn't work too well without a magic circle. Forget that. Bring your knees and your feet together. Notice that now you can lengthen your spine a little bit more and get the ribs. Start to get that sense of, I'm more interested in the back ribs than the front ribs. I don't care what they're doing up here. I want as much of your lower ribs touching the mat as you're able to do at the beginning of a workout. Now find the wrap, get your belly pulled in towards your back, and without anything changing, lift one knee up, put it back down, lift the other knee up, put it back down. See if you can keep this sense of a wrap around the outer part of the thigh. And your goal here is to be moving the leg with this stabilization of the pelvis. So nothing is moving or flopping around, and you're still keeping tone here. This all comes from your brain. It doesn't come from the movement. So you have to consciously make those muscles work because you're educating them to do something that if you were just doing this without thinking, they would not contract because there's no resistance into that area. And again, and again. Very good. Knees and feet together. Lift your arms to the ceiling. Find your armpits. Pull the armpits to the waist. So I'm pulling in the direction down here. I'm not pulling to the floor, different direction. Pull the shoulders to the ears just to connect. Pull the armpits to the waist. Shoulders to the ears. Armpits to the waist. Shoulders to the ears. As you pull to the waist, can you start to contract the front stomach and back? So the whole rib cage is being pulled down a little bit and up, or the muscles from the base of the ribs into the navel and up and pull. So we're connecting our lats and our front abs and pull and back. Now, pull down, hold that, and see if you can take your arms back without the shoulders flying up. So you're connecting them into the trunk. The trunk should be pressed down. Bring the arms up. Reach them back. Bring them up. So you're starting to connect this whole corset around the middle of your body and back. As you go back, see if you can get a sense of the armpit skin opening. And so keep doing this movement. You don't want this. That's what you want to avoid if you can today, because there's different times that I actually ask people to do that. So this is just a one set of ways to manage your body that we're covering. Now bring your arms up again. Pause a minute, again connect into that trunk and lift your head and chest up by contracting the front of this whole band. Contracting it, lower back down. Reach the arms back, reach the arms up, contract the trunk, lower back down. Reach the arms back, reach the arms up. Now notice that my chin is not poking into my chest. I'm not jamming the chin in. The chin floats and back. So you could imagine arms back, arms up. You have an orange between your chin and your chest. And that's kind of the distance. It stays a constant. Arms back, arms up, lift and contract. So the ribs and the top of the abdomen is being contracted. Bring the arms down again. Again, reconnect to that long spine. Maybe you can get longer now, and we're going to add a little bit more. Find this connection of the thighs deepening into the sockets. Pressure sideways. Lift one knee up. Lift the other knee up. Nothing should move in your trunk or in your belly. One foot down, the other foot down. Same leg again. Up and up and down and down. Again, up and up and down. Now reverse your legs. Other leg comes up and up and down and down and up and up and down and down and up and up and down and down. Now both legs together. Again, lengthen your spine even a little bit more. When I lift, I grab my mat, pull my ribs as far away from my sacrum as I can, and I lengthen back down because my body's already warming up, so the spine is willing to get a little bit longer. So find the length you're ready to be in. Hands neatly by your sides. Let's lift both legs up at the same time. Lift them up. Lower them down. Now, if you have a very archy back, it's like curved off the mat, bring the knees all the way in. Notice that right now, some of you will have the knees right on the chest. Notice that your waist is flat. Your lower back is flat. And it's relaxed. You're not pushing anything. Connect into that. Come to tabletop. Keep that structure lower down. And we'll repeat this same variation. Bring the knees in. Find your back. Come to tabletop. Lower back down. Notice that you have to work on the way down. Bring the knees to tabletop. Now we're in tabletop. So lower the legs down. One more time. Knees to chest. Knees to tabletop. Lower the legs down. Now only to tabletop. Bring the knees to tabletop. Lower back down. Knees to tabletop. Lower back down. So we're just doing literally core work, holding the trunk very stable and down. Knees to tabletop and down. Now we'll combine together. So the arms come to the ceiling. Armpits anchor in so we get our lats. The body should feel like a bit of a corset wrapped around it. Reach the arms back. Reach the arms up. Now arms and legs together. Everything works together. Lower back down. Arms and legs back. Arms back, I meant. Arms up. Now arms and legs together. Lower back down. Arms back. Arms up. Arms and legs together. Lower back down. Arms back. Arms up. Arms and legs together. And lower back down. And relax your arms to the mat. Hundreds are next. Hundreds are both a combination of ab work and breathing. So today we're going to focus on the breath. And the important part of the breathing is the exhalation because it allows you to access the very deep part of the stomach muscles, as well as empty your lungs out of air, because your lungs will always hold 20% air in them as a safety protection mechanism. But it's stale old air, according to Joseph Pilates. So we want to get rid of all of it so the lungs will open more. So you can watch or you can join in with me. You're going to take a breath in and lift. And on a breath out, you just exhale as much as you can. Keep exhaling, keep exhaling, keep exhaling. Notice there's a natural inhalation. So that's what we'll do. On the exhalation, we bend forward to squeeze the diaphragm. Just go as deep as you can and then relax. So we'll lift the arms up. Take a deep breath in, breathe in. Big breath and then exhale. Exhale, 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 exhale. Squeeze. Relax. We'll take the arms back, inhale, and exhale, 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 exhale. Get as much air as you can out. Relax, inhale, and squeeze. Squeeze, 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 out, 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 out. And relax. Very good. So that really is your baseline breathing for Pilates. It's become a very different focused exercise in the more modern world. We're going to start adding the pumps. Now the pumps are just to build energy and to build vitality. The legs will still stay down. So same movement. I don't care how many pumps you'll be doing, but you're just going to stretch the arms. So if you stretch the arms, your triceps are connected and you're going to pump like crazy when you do your exhalation. If your neck is bothering you, you keep your head down. The whole exercise works even with the head down. So I will leave that section to you. So here we go. Inhale and exhale. Pump. Exhale. Work really, 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 really tighten the muscles. Get that air out. And relax. We'll do 3 more of those. Breath in. And breath out, pump. Relax. Breath in and breath out. Get more air out than you think you've got. Relax. Last one. And breath out. And rest. Good job. Take the arms over your head. Forget about technique. Let the ribs go anywhere they want to go and stretch and pull your feet one at a time. Pull your arms one at a time. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Just stretch yourself out and open up all the energy in your body. And bring yourselves up to a sitting position for roll back. So sitting up nice and tall. Here we go. With your knees bent. Knees bent is the easiest place to find the beginning roll back. So nice and tall. Can you get from the base of your back, your pelvis, all the way up to your head, a straight line? Use your hands. If you feel that you're rounded, use them to help you get there, because it takes time to get fully lifted. Now pull your stomach in, lean back. So from the hips to the armpits, straight line. Now pull the stomach in, close your ribs a little bit, and just roll back till your arms are straight. Get your pelvis under you. You want a hammock feeling, and stretch between your shoulder blades and pull those ribs towards your back. Roll yourself back up and sit up very, very tall and lifted. And again, slight lean. Scoop your belly and roll down. Make a hammock. Stretch out your lower back and pull the belly in from the pubic bone to the ribs. There should be a lot of contraction. Roll up and lift. And again, back, scoop, roll. We're trying to get the whole spinal column to start to roll and articulate and have a nice, strong front body, creating that motion actually. Rolling back up. Now, same thing to the floor without hands. So arms are long. Roll back. Start rolling down, rolling down, rolling down, rolling down till you're flat. Arms go back the way we did a minute ago. Arms come up, armpits to waist. Scoop. Peel off the mat. Use your hands on your thighs if you need help coming up. Roll back again. Roll. See if you can get a sense of each bone in your back working. Reach back, reach up, curl, and come up. Take a breath in. And on the breath out, melt your back towards the floor. Inhale and exhale on the way up. Inhale and exhale on the way down. Reach back, inhale, and exhale on the way up. Lift up, breath in, relax down, and stretch your legs out. So for all of you, if each progression becomes too challenging, you stay at the variation that's just been completed. So your feet will be flexed here. Lift up your back just for a minute, give yourself a forward stretch. This is a relaxed stretch. Just let your body let go a little bit, pull down towards your legs, stretch your back, stretch your hamstrings, stretch anywhere that feels good, that would like it. You just want to kind of open up that range of movement. Then come up, have your arms nice and long. Can you now start to tighten these muscles here, just like you did in the hundreds? Nice and tall, armpits a little bit down, and roll down to the mat. Same articulation all the way down. Arms back, long, long, long body, flexed feet, arms up, lift, pull through the muscles and stretch as far forward as you can go. Now we're going to go back right from this shape. Shoulders wide, scoop your belly and roll down. Reach back, arms up, lift your head and chest, and forward, opening up the lower back. One more time, rolling down, feet are flexed. Arms back, arms up, lift your head and chest, and roll up. And one more time, give yourself a nice stretch. So hold anywhere that you like. You can hold your feet, your ankles, your knees, doesn't really matter where. Just give yourself a nice stretch so you soften up and open up your body. Then from here, we're going into single leg circles. Knees will be bent, and you roll back down on the mat. So once you're down, we reset the spine. Get your spine nice and long. Find this stability around the pelvis, hands neatly by your side. You can have a pillow or not, your call. From here, place the feet anywhere you feel comfortable that allows most of your spine to be on the mat, if not all of it. Lift one leg to the ceiling. Nothing should move. Get a sense of this hip into the floor and up to the ceiling at the same time, and a slight external rotation because you have firmed up these muscles. It's like clamping the hips towards each other. So the pelvis is nice and steady, and you take the leg across your body a little bit. Circle, so you're drawing a circle around your own socket. Circle the leg, pause opposite your nose. Circle the leg, pause opposite your nose. Circle and pause. Circle and pause. Circle, now you'll reverse. Pause. Circle and pause. Circle and pause. Circle, pause. Circle, pause. Circle, pause. Keep this hip down and give the leg a stretch. Don't let the pelvis flop. Flex your foot, stretch. Bend the foot and put it down. So reorganize your base. Find your pelvis, find your powerhouse or stomach muscles or center of your body. Hands by your side. The other leg lifts up. Nothing should have moved. Everything is stable. Slight external rotation if you're able to have it. Cross across your body. Circle around the socket, pause. Circle, pause. Circle, pause. Circle, pause. Circle, pause. Reverse. Circle, pause. Circle, pause. Circle, pause. Circle, pause. Circle, pause. Give the leg a stretch. Flex your foot, another stretch, and then put the foot down next to the other one. Check that you're neat and organized, and take your left leg, stretch it out and flex it. Take your right leg and stretch it out and flex it. So you should have a nice stable pelvis, firm belly. Maybe your full spine is on the mat. The ribs are down, the shoulders are comfortable, the hands neatly by your side. Now, right leg, feel it reaching out of the socket. Nothing should move in the pelvis. Lift it straight up. If you can't get it straight up, you bend this leg. Right above the socket, same circles. You cross your body, circle the leg, pause. Circle the leg, pause. Pause. Circle, pause, circle, and pause. Reverse it. Circle, pause, circle, pause, circle, pause, circle, pause, circle, pause again. Give the leg a stretch. Hold wherever it works for you for your leverage. Flex your foot, stretch. Hands neatly by your side and lengthen the leg out. Hold your stomach. Nothing should be moving. The leg should be long, 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 long in the socket, and place it neatly down next to the other one. The heel should touch. Lift your other leg out and up. The feeling is always out of the socket and all the way up, right above your hip. And you cross your body, circle the leg, pause. Circle the leg, pause. Circle the leg, pause. Circle the leg, pause. Circle the leg, reverse. Circle the leg, pause. Circle the leg, pause. Circle the leg, pause. Circle the leg, pause. Last one. Pause. Now give the leg a stretch. Nice long stretch. Flex your foot and stretch. Hands neatly by your side. Anchor your stomach in your back and lengthen the leg. Imagine it reaching out of the socket on the way down without the pelvis changing shape. So just as a note, our hip sockets are very strongly embedded into the socket, but it does have some give in there, which is designed for shock and for, it's just the wisdom of the body. So you can actually pull it. If I'm working with a client, I will sometimes, to give them relief and open up I will grab the foot and traction it, and they always go, oh, that feels so good, because it's opening up the joint a little bit, getting circulation and kind of unburdening any kind of congestion in there. So keep that in mind, that is an available potential for you, especially if you start to feel real tight and achy in the area. Rolling up to a seated position, arms go back, arms come up, armpits to waist, peel off and over the mat, and now we'll pop our bottoms forward for rolling like a ball. So hold behind the knees, same set position we were in a minute ago, lean back just a little bit, find your hammock. Now lift your feet in the air, see if you can keep the hammock shape. Keep the shape 5 times back and forth to the shoulders and back. Did you keep your hammock and not flatten out? Roll back again. Roll up. We're massaging our spine and loosening up any congestion in the muscles along the spinal column, softening the bones, and just having fun too. Roll back, roll up. Now, if that was nice and easy, you grab your ankles, pull the feet in as tight as you can, and try to get your shoulders as tight as you can. This will start to be much deeper stretch on the back muscles. Stay this compressed. I want to keep the feet to the bottom. Let's go back again. Back you go, up you go, and back, and up, and back, and up, and back, and up. One more time, and back, and up. Whoops, my feet left my bottom. And roll down again onto your backs. From here, arms neatly by your side. Bring both knees into the chest. Remember that closer position. Your back is naturally down. Single leg stretches. Foundational elements. So both hips are nice and even. Hands on your knees. Use your trunk muscles to lift up. Notice that my elbows have gone out, but my shoulders are away from my ears. So armpits to waist again. Extend your one leg out and hold the other knee. And switch. And switch. So how low this leg goes is your call. It depends. Some people go very low, but you don't want to change shape in your body. Switch. And switch. And switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. Both knees in, drop your head down for a minute. Curl your head up again. Some people can get the knees really deep to the chest. Go as deep as you want. Elbows are wide, hands by your sides. Now both legs go out, stomach is strong. Bend the knees and squeeze. Extend and squeeze. Extend and squeeze. Inhale, actually, in Pilates. Exhale and empty the lungs. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Drop your head down. Hands by your sides. Feet to the mat. Roll your head right and left. Release tension in the neck. The tension should be here. Next one is scissors. Bring the knees in. If you want to lift your head up, do so. If it's too much, keep your head down. Legs to the ceiling. Hold one leg with both hands, and this is the leg you want to stretch, but reach the other leg out. Pull, pull. Scissor the legs. Pull, pull. As you scissor, are your heels crossing each other? You want to track one line with the legs. So you're always keeping them close together. And the leg that's going away from you should be reaching from the socket out. Pull, 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 pull. Both legs are up. Bend the knees, head down, hands down, feet down. Rest a minute and roll your head right and left, releasing tension in the neck. Clasp your hands, put your hands behind your head, have your elbows wide. So now this is the first time, maybe your ribs are going wide, I don't mind. Really use the elbows to the floor to get a stretch. If you're tight, right across the collarbones. This is a very important area. I'm getting rid of my pillow now. So here's this nice wide position. Lengthen your spine a little bit more. It should be able to unravel a bit more now. Bring both knees to your chest. Lift both legs straight up to the ceiling. Now, use your powerhouse or your stomach to lift up and your chest. Your head should rest into the hand. So make the chest lift you. Make sure the head is resting. Lower the legs, maximum 45 degrees. Nothing should move. Lift the legs up. Lower. Lift the legs up. Lower, lift the legs up. Lower, lift the legs up. One more time, lower the legs, nice long trunk. Lift the legs up, bend the knees, head to the mat, feet to the mat without losing your belly, hands to your sides and roll your head side to side. And we release the neck every time because even though theoretically, there should be no neck tension. Most everybody has too much neck tension and the body's still very congested from whatever lifestyle you've had. And very few people can lift their head up without accumulating tension there. Ideally, there should be no tension, but that's why we practice because we're not perfect. So armpits to your waist, arms back. We're coming up to a sitting position. Lift, roll up. And spine stretch forward. So you want your feet a little bit wider than your own mat. You can have your feet. Let's have our feet long today because we want to work both with this shape and with this shape because both of them have great value. So you want the sense of the feet reaching out. Now think of the knees. Have a look at your own kneecaps. They should either face straight up or very slightly out. Slightly lengthen. Do you see how in fact, let's put our hands behind us and just push the knees down. So we tighten the quads a bit. Release. Tighten the quads a little bit. Release. 2 more times. Tighten the quads. Release. Tighten the quads. Release. Now, some of you will have a hard time sitting up straight. If you're one of those people, you can bend the knees a little bit or a lot or pop your bottom up. I would even prefer you to have your bottom elevated if that's available for you. Whoa, this feels so good. I'm going to stay with my bottom popped up just for fun. So it just means that there's more room for the body to actually get this straight line. So you want this sense, tailbone to the head, straight line. First time we're using active back muscles. Up to now, we've been using front muscle. Lift the back up. So feel like someone's pulling your whole rib cage right up out of the hips and start to feel that as you lift, your stomach lifts up and kind of flattens in. You want that. Now we have hands on the floor. It's called spine stretch forward. You drop your head and then let the shoulders come forward and very slowly creepy crawl the feet, the hands. And as you go forward, I want you to imagine a hand pulling your waist backwards. So if I was behind you, I would be pulling back and you would be stretching forward. Rounding your back, then unraveling the spine and stacking it up and sitting up very tall. Take a deep breath in. Lift, and on your exhalation, start walking the hands forward, pulling the stomach back, opening up the lower back, going as far forward as feels good for you. Stretch your back muscles, keep the stomach rolling, and now roll in and up. Big breath in, and breathing out, rock forward. Rounding your back. On an inhale, come back up. And one more time on an exhalation, round. Scoop the belly, stretch and reach the fingers and the toes away from you, and the belly is pulling back towards your spine. And roll back up, roll back up, roll back up, roll back up, roll back up. Sit as tall as you can. Lift the waist up. Tighten your buttocks. See if you can pop up off your little sit bones. Get even taller. You can never get too tall and too lifted and too elongated. And relax. Good job. Open-legged rocker. Pop a little bit forward so you have room on your mat. Hold behind your knees. Lean back. Find that hammock shape again. Find your place of balance. This is like rolling like a ball. We'll just do one leg at a time. One leg extends. Bring it back. Other leg extends. Bring it back. Your goal, not to move in the pelvis at all. The stomach is very stable. It's anchoring you nice and centered so you can do this movement without anything flopping around. So working on stabilization. Now, can you do both legs? Scoop your belly. And back. And again, scoop. And back. One more time. And scoop. And back. Put your feet down just for a minute. We're going to roll in a second. This is what often happens when the spine is, when people come up, they pop into a flat back because the low abs are weak. So your goal is to keep the scooped shape even on the way up. So just be aware of that. If that's happening, you want to work to refine the quality of your work. So balance, both legs are up. Keep that pelvis tucked under you, and we'll go back and come up first time together. Roll back. Roll up, balance, don't pop your back flat. Roll back again, roll back. Roll up, did you keep your scoop? Roll back. Roll up. It's one of those things you have to keep working on. 2 more times. Roll back. Roll up. 1 more time, roll back. Roll up. Good job. And put the feet down. Now, next variation, hands are inside, hold your ankles. This is only if you're flexible enough. Can you stretch both legs out? If you can't, you go back to this hold or a little bit lower. But notice the elbows are long now, so you don't let the elbows bend. And everything else applies. You keep the scoop, you keep your stomach, everything stays a constant. We're going to roll 5 times. Here we go. Roll back, roll up. Harder to do. I had to adjust my hands because I couldn't do it up there. Roll back, roll up, roll back, roll up. So more interesting. Roll back, roll up. 1 more time. Roll back, roll up. Balance, balance. Whoops, I popped my back just like I told you not to do. Now, let's have the legs together. If you can, I don't care where you're holding. You can walk down, and get flat on your back. Hands are neatly by your side, and your legs are long and lifted, and this is corkscrew. So you want to feel your sacrum flat on the back, on the floor, and get the feet right above your hips. Now, when you bring the feet a little forward, you feel the weight to the top of the sacrum, closer to the waist area. When you go to the right, it's on the right side of the sacrum. When you go down, it's right near your tailbone. To your left side of the sacrum, and then back up to the navel area. So that's your circle. We reverse it now. Left, down, right, and up. And again, right, down, left, and up. Left, down, right, and please pause here. Notice that different parts of your stomach is working at different places in the circle. You want to get very aware of those muscles being what's making the movement happen, because it will just build up your body intelligence. So we're going to do two more. Going right, down, left, and up. Now reverse. Left, down, right, and up. One more time. Right, down, left, and up, and left, down, right, and up. Your back should be flat. We're taking the feet to the floor. If your back's sensitive, you pop your hands under your glutes. If you think you can't do it, you bend your knees and come down. If you can, you just take the legs all the way to the floor with control. Good job. Arms to the ceiling. Pull the arms over your head. Give yourself a stretch. Let go of your technique. Let the back arch if it wants to. Just move in any way you need to decongest any tightness or restriction that may have kicked in because you're being organized. Arms to the ceiling. Lift your head and chest. Heel off the mat. And stretch forward again. Give yourself a nice stretch. Loosey-goosey like a little rag doll. Let go of all the tension. Come back up. And we will do the preparation for saw. I'm turning this way so you can see. I'm having my hands clasped, my feet are flexed, hands behind the head. So this is to open up your side ribs, which get very tight. So lift up. I'm turning to my left. So my right elbow is forward, and I take my right elbow towards my right knee, and I turn and lift the left elbow towards the ceiling. There should be a stretch on the left side. Come back, open the elbows, turn the other way and down in the direction of the knee. This elbow is going up. Come back up. Twist to the first side, down you go. Come up and open. Other side, down you go. Come up and open. First side, and down you go. Come up and open, other side, down, go. Come up and open, bring the hands down. Saw, arms to the side, tighten. So when you really tighten the elbow, again, this muscle under here should firm up for you. So you're like a stick. You want to get those triceps really kicking in. And use the arms to lift the rib cage and open it up. So whatever you need to do, see if you can get there. Rotate to one side. I'm going to my right. My right arm, the thumb turns down, and my left hand is outside of my little toe. Pull the arms apart. So you pull the shoulders and reach towards your little toe 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Come back up and center. Twist to the other side, reach towards your little toe, pull the shoulders apart, 1, 2, 3, and open the chest. First side, 1, 2, 3, and open. Other side, 1, 2, 3, and open. Twist, 1, 2, 3, and open. Other side, 1, 2, 3, and open. Bring the hands down. Moving now into the front body, lying on your stomach. You will roll down onto your backs. Roll onto your stomachs. And preparation for swan. In this position, if your back is very archy, keep your feet hip width apart. If your lower back doesn't feel terribly congested, you can have your heels together. Either way, you want a sense of your pubic bone and your hip bones touching the floor. And we'll, first of all, just this area of your sacrum, I'd like you to push it down into the mat. Just be aware of how you can activate your lower back muscles. Release them, push them down into the mat, release them, push them down into the mat. You want that pelvis working. Notice it's not a tuck. Press down and press down. So this is not tucking the pubic bone under, it's just anchoring the back muscles. Now, forehead on your fingertips. So your forehead is down. Get a sense of your whole back being really, really long. Then lift your elbows off the mat. Anchor your your pelvis and lift up. So you float up, lower back down. 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 One more time like this. Float up, lower back down. Now, stretch your arms out in front of you on the floor. Lift your head up and look between your hands. Turn the palms so the little finger is down. I call this like a karate chop. Now pull the shoulders toward your waist and then drag yourself up. So what you've done is activated the lat muscles and the side ribs. Now make fists, move the elbows out a bit and bring the knuckles together. And from here, the feeling is you're pulling in to lengthen the front of your chest and the front of your stomach. And get a sense of this whole front body being long and the legs reaching out of the front of the socket. So you're really opening up your hip flexors if you can. From this position, bend your right knee and kick your bottom twice. Kick, kick, lengthen out and lengthen your stomach. Left leg, kick, kick, and lengthen out. Right leg, kick, kick, and long. Left leg, kick, kick, and long. Right leg, kick, kick, and long. Left leg, kick, kick, and long. Right leg, kick, kick, and long. And left leg, kick, kick, and long. Lengthen the stomach even more. Can you lift up higher and pull the stomach off the mat? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. You're interested in length, tractioning length. Now lower down, head to one side. Both hands. I'm clasping the fingers of one hand with the other hand and pressing the elbows towards the floor. And now my heels are touching. Double leg kicks. Bend both feet up. Press your lower back, your sacrum down, just like what you did a minute ago, and kick 3 times. Kick, kick, kick. As the legs extend, squeeze your shoulder blades together and open your chest. Lift up. Turn your head the other way and kick 3 times. Kick, kick, kick. Legs down and open the chest up. Other side. Kick, kick, kick. And stretch. And other side. Kick, kick, kick. And stretch. First side, kick, 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 and stretch. And last one, kick, 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 and stretch, opening that chest. Lower back down, and hands under the shoulders, sit back into your child's pose. So now we just stretch the lower back out. Let the spine open, let the belly pull out, and let your head drop down. Just relax here for a minute. Take a breath in and look up at your hands and walk your hands to the right side of your mat and let the head drop. So you have a stretch on the left side of the ribs. Inhale, look out. Walk your hands to the left side of the mat and exhale as you drop down. Stretch on the right side of the mat. Inhale, come to the middle and stretch out one more time and drop your head down. From here, come forward on your hands and knees for beginning plank. So you want, let's have the knees together, the hands under the shoulders. So you want the weight on top of the knuckles. People usually end up being right here. So from here, you want that long spine. So you're not arched, you're not scooped. So you can get a sense of what your spine is like. Also check your head. You want the neck in line with the spinal column if you can. Without anything changing in your trunk, take your right leg straight back. Keep yourself stable and step back with your left leg. So you're in a full plank. Bend the right knee in, bend the left knee. Reverse this. Left leg, right leg, left leg back, right leg back. Right leg, left leg out, right knee in, left knee in, left leg out, right leg out, left knee in, and right knee in. All right, on your back for the bridges. So on your back, you want your feet bent up quite close to your bottom. You'll have your feet hip width apart, the toes going straight forward. Get your back nice and long and your hands neatly by your side. Find that wrap of the hip bones going into the socket. Just for a minute, make those two fists we did before. Place them between your adductors or your inner thighs and activate those inner thighs. Imagine the bones of the thighs going deep into the sockets. Feel that tension. Release. Again, feel the tension of the inner thighs firing. Release. One more time. Make those inner thighs fire and release. Now, can you get the inner thighs to fire? Get the sacrum, the muscles we just used a minute ago. Can you make them work in your lower, down in the sacrum and lift your hips up? So you have a nice lift. So you can get up high enough to open up the hip flexors. And then you roll down. So in the roll down, you're having like a nice articulation of the spine all the way to the tail touches. Again, activate the inner thighs, activate the muscles of the sacrum and lift straight up. You may be able to go a little higher now. Open up the hip flexors. Roll and melt down through the whole spinal column, all the way down. Again, get those lower bottom right into the sacrum. Can they lift up? Come a little higher perhaps. Roll and melt everything down. Two more times. Lift the sacrum up. So you're opening up right in front here. Remember that length into the front of the thighs. And lower down. And by the way, even if you can't do all these things and you're just thinking about it, the form follows thought. So it all starts with this, the idea, and then things happen in the body as a result. And roll, 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 roll down. Good job. Onto your sides for clamps. So you can be like this, or you can be like this, or you can have your arms straight. You want your feet in line with your hips. So you're like in a straight line. So we're working into the side glute muscle. Lift the knee up as high as it'll go without the pelvis moving. Bring it down. Lift it up. Bring it down. Lift it up. Bring it down. Lift it up. Bring it down. So you want to start to wake up the muscle right around here, which is glute medius. Lift it up and down. Lift it up and down. Lift it up and down. Two more times like this, lifting up, strengthening the hip. And down. One more time, lift it up and down. Now, take the bottom leg straight, bring it a little higher, and take the top leg. Now we're still in a straight line, so we're kind of preparing for the whole side leg series. You want this leg long and flexed, and now lift it up without the waist changing shape. So we want right in this muscle and down. Lift it and down. Lift it and down. Lift it and down. Lift it and down. So you should start to feel right behind the hip or the greater trochanter, right with the thighs bulging into the side of the glute. That's what you want to get to fire if possible. That's what you're going for waking up. They can get very stagnant and very dulled. So sometimes it takes a bit of work to get them to wake up and start doing their job. And it's a job well worth waking up and getting. And down. Now, both legs are long. If you can, you come up on your elbow. If it's too much, you stay down there. Lift both legs up. Bring both legs to the front of your mat. Lower them down, and we do the same lift, but at this angle. Lift and down. Lift. So you can go as high as you can. And lift and down. And lift and down. One more time this way, lift and down. Now we're doing forward and back swing. So lift your leg a little higher than your hip. Nothing should move here. Bring the leg forward, pulse, pulse. Take the leg straight down. So now it's that straight line. Lengthen it out of the socket and reach it a little bit back. The pelvis shouldn't in at all. So this is basics. Pulse, pulse, and reach the leg long. Pulse, pulse, and reach the leg out of the socket, out and away. 3 more times. Pulse, pulse, and reach. Pulse, pulse. You're opening up your hip flexor. Pulse, pulse, and reach. One more time. Pulse, pulse, and reach. Bring the leg up in front of the other leg. If you can, the knee goes to the ceiling. The hips should still be nicely stacked. Lift this leg, lower it down. Lift this leg. You can check your adductor, the inner thigh. Is it working? Is it doing the lifting or something else? So it's tricky with our legs because very often we have so many compensatory patterns going on. The body is such a problem solver. We can do movements that look correct, but the right muscles are just dormant. They've gone to sleep, and they will stay asleep unless we make sure we wake them up. And we want everything wide awake in our own bodies if we can. And now legs are long and circle the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower the legs down. Lengthen them both out. Lift them both. And down. Lift them both. And down. Lift them both. And down. And lift. And down. Last one. Lift. And down. Good job. Other side. Rolling to the other side. And we start with the clamp. So remember a straight line. The heel, the bottom, the shoulder, the head, if you can, in a sense of having a straight line, heel on heel. Lift the knee, lower it down. So remember, as you do this, nothing should be moving in the pelvis, and you're focusing on getting this muscle right behind the hip in the glute to wake up. And if you can't feel anything, you just keep on going and putting your attention there till something starts to go tweak a little bit. Sometimes, for some people, if it's really dead, sometimes you need to do 20, 25 repetitions to wake up the sensation and start to make the muscle do something. So just be aware, if you really can't feel anything, you need to do more than we're doing right now. One more time like this. Now, bottom knee comes a little bit further forward. Top leg goes straight down. Still straight line. And the top leg is flexed and long, facing forward. Lift the leg. and down. Same muscle group. You don't want the waist being very involved. You want the hip. You want the glutes doing the work. Lift and down and lift and down and lift and down. 2 more times like this. Lift and down, and 1 more time. Lift and down. Extend both legs nice and long. Lift the legs, bring them to the front of your mat and lower them down and lift up if you can. Feet are flexed and long, and same movement. Can you keep that same muscle doing the work? And lift and down and lift and down and lift and down and lift and down. 2 more times like this. Lift and down and lift and down. Now your forward and back swings. You lift the leg a little higher than your hip. Forward without anything moving. Pulse, pulse, take it straight down and pause here. Pull it out of the socket and then reach it as far back as you can without the pelvis changing shape. And again, forward, forward, long and back. 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 2 more times. Forward, forward, long and back. Forward, forward, long and back. Very good. Bring the legs together. Hike the foot up in front. Get the knee going up. Lift your inside leg. Lower down. Lift it. Check with your hand, is your adductor working? Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. 2 more times like this. Lift and down. Lift and down. And now your circle. Circle 1, 2, 3, 4. Reverse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend both legs out. Both legs lift. Down. Both legs lift. Down. Lift. Down. Lift. Down. 1 more time like this. Lift and down. Now, come up to a seated position for your teaser prep. So single leg teaser. You want, again, that first that long straight spine, and then lean back and get a bit of a scoop. Now from here, lift 1 leg up. Your knees should be touching. Let go. If you can't let go, you hold on. Roll to the mat. See if you can lift to come back. Roll down. Roll. If you can't roll up, you use your hands to help you come up. 1 more time. So it's this rolling motion again. And roll up. Change your legs. Lift your other leg up. Find your scoop. Reconnect to all the basics. Roll down. Roll up. Roll down. Roll up. Roll down. Roll up. Very good. Now, lift both feet. Lift them both up. So now we're working on full teaser. This is more like a cheap fun time. Roll down. Take your arms over your head, and any way you can, come on up. Roll down. Roll up. Roll down. Roll up. Bend your feet down. All right. By the time we get to full teaser, who cares about technique? We just want to get through it and surprise ourselves. And that's the beginning of mastery. So Seal, hands inside, wrap around your ankles. So this is this funny place where your knees, your inner thighs are working a little bit and your elbows push out. So you have a little bit of a clamping position. Hold that clamp and clap 3 times. Clap and clap and clap. Keep your scope back to the shoulders and up again. Here we go. Roll back, roll up. Clap, clap, clap. Roll back, roll up. 3 more times. Clap, clap, clap. Roll back, roll up. Clap, clap, clap. Roll back, roll up. And last one. Clap, clap, clap. Roll back and roll up. And put your feet down. To finish, we're going to be going to the wall. So if you need to adjust your camera or something, just get yourself to a wall space. I'm going to be working right here. So placing yourself against the wall. If you do not have a wall, it's okay. You can do this in the middle of the room, but the wall gives you the same reference point that the floor did. So with your feet out and away, you can get more of your spine against the wall. So you do the best you can. If you need to bend your knees a little bit, do that. So you want this sense of your sacrum and your rib cage and your head against the wall, maybe your whole waist, maybe. So from this position, pull the stomach in and lift the arms straight up in front of you. Pull the armpits down. And 3 circles. Circle, 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 reverse, 2, 3. As your arms come down, get a sense of being even taller and longer in reference to the wall. Bring the arms forward, armpits down, lift the arms higher. So notice the armpits go down, the higher the arms go. 3 circles. 1, 2, 3. Reverse, 2, 3. And as the arms come down, you lift even further. Starting to roll down to the floor, drop your head, peel the shoulders off the floor. So my hands are now dangly. They're soft, but I'm really pulling my ribs into the wall, my belly into the wall. Slowly peel off the wall. See if you can peel one bone at a time and roll down, but the belly is pulling up till you get close to the floor. If you're very flexible, the fingers hover off the floor. 3 circles. Circle, 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 reverse, 2, 3. Roll back up, flattening your spine as close to the wall as you can, and big circle. So your arms come up, armpits down. Lift up without the back leaving, and take the arms out and down. 3 times here. Lift and down. 1 more time. Lift and down. Again, roll down to the floor. Round, peeling off the wall. Same like roll up towards the floor. 3 circles here. Circle, circle, circle. Reverse, 2, 3. Roll yourselves back up. Lift the arms up. 3 circles. And 2. And 3. Very good. 1 more time round. Peel off the wall. Rolling towards the floor. Stretching out your back. 3 circles. Circle, circle, circle. Reverse, 2, 3. As you roll up, stretch between the shoulder blades, opening up the back, lengthening everything up, and 3 circles, 3 big circles, and 2, and 3. Now, move your feet a little bit further out from the wall because we're going to do wall squats. You want your feet hip-width apart. So the first time, just slide yourself down and have a look. You want your heels right under the knees. So they may have to be quite a distance away. If you have any sensitivity or delicateness in the knees, don't go too low. If you're nice and strong, you can come with your hips parallel to the floor, parallel to your knees. So that's your angle. So we just set the angle. So the stomach is long, and see if you can slide down the wall here to wherever you want to be, and 3 circles. Circle, 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 reverse, 2, 3. Pull the stomach in, use your feet to push into the wall. I'm pushing my sauna out and slide up. Not a real wall here. Slide down again. This time the arms come higher. Circle, circle, circle. Reverse, 2, 3, and slide up the wall. And 3 more, just slide down, slide up, slide down, slide up. One more time, slide down, and slide up. Now bring your feet back, come to a standing position, bring your heels together in Pilates stance, big breath in, lift up, just nice stretch, and relax down. 2 more times, lift. Now it's nice and easy and relaxed, just to have a sense of breathing, and then breathing down, let everything go. Take a deep breath in, and breathing out, let everything soften and relax. Thank you very much, everyone. Good work. It's always good to revisit basics.